Welcome to Notely. I'm Jack Shockley, and I'm going to be teaching you your first ever piano lesson. This piano lesson will teach you all the fundamentals and basics that you need to build upon so that you can play piano a lot easier and faster in the future. So let's jump right into it. First of all, our fingers are all numbered. Going from your thumbs to your pinkies, they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thumbs are first 1, and they go through every finger, 2, 3, 4, and end on the pinky, 5. Now for the piano keys, we have 7 of them, and they go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it goes back to A again, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So if we take middle C, which is right here, which is right under these two black keys, and we go up, so we go C, D, E, F, G, there's not an H, so we go back to the beginning of the alphabet, A, B, and then look, we're back at C again, C. The reason why I started on C and not A is because C is considered the middle of the piano. This is middle C. So everything around it is based off of middle C. Usually anything below that is bass clef, which the left hand will take care of, and anything above that usually is what the right hand will take care of and play. Now, yes, of course, the right hand can go a lot lower than that, and so can the left hand go higher than middle C as well, but just for a rule of thumb, middle C is there as a point to know, okay, this is where the right hand and left hand goes. So the way that you would find C is it's right below these two black keys. Anywhere you see two black keys, that's going to be the C. Right below it, right over here, C. Say that we wanted to find F, which is in the alphabet A, B, C, D, E, F. But instead of doing that every time where you're like having to basically count the alphabet A, B, C, D, E, F, since F is right below these three black keys, it's easier to find. So now you know where C is, it's right below these two, and F is right below these three. Now that can be done with any key. So say A, for example. You can remember that A starts right here because it's positioned where these three black keys are, and at the top of those three black keys, you just go down one. That's A. Let's find A an octave higher. See these three black keys? A is going to be the half step down from this top black key. Let's do the one higher than that. Where's A up here? It's the one right below the first black key. So you can do that with any of these notes. It's one of those things where it just takes practice to memorize where everything is, but once you do, those indicators of the two black keys together and three black keys together make it a lot easier for you to find these notes. Now when you're playing the piano, you want to have your hands kind of cupped like you have a ball underneath them. You don't want to have them flat. You don't want to have them too high or even too low. You want to have it semi-lifted and like there's a ball in your hand that's the size of a tennis ball. You want to have curved fingers so that when you're playing, you're not going to get worn out by playing something that's too low or too high, and you get wrist strain and arm strain, which is no fun. So from here, we can press C and just go up. And then come right back down. And that's your first scale. That's the 5-finger scale that is in C. We started with C because it started on C, which was your root note. Now, with the root notes is how you can find out what key you're in. So say you want to play an F chord or an F scale. We go up to F, which I told you is right below these 3 black keys. There's F, and F would be the root. So we can put both hands down, pinky on F, thumb on F, and then we can just go up. And then down. Now you learned the F5 finger scale. You're playing a B flat, which is this note right here, on both hands, instead of this B right here, because we're in a major scale. And with a major scale, you have to have that B flat in there. This is what it would sound like if you would play all white keys. Doesn't sound right because it's not the major scale. So how do you know what is a major and minor? Well, let's take, for example, the F chord. How did I get that? Well, let's take the root, F. I took 1, 2, 3, 4 half steps, and then 1, 2, 3 to get a major chord. Those step numbers are for any key that you play for a major chord. Take C, for example. We're going to count from the root, which is the C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. C major. But what if we want to make that minor? All I simply did was switch to the 3 and 4 around. This time, when you're on the root of C, you count up 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do the same with the F chord. So we're here in F major, but if we want to do it minor, you just lower it a half step. Now it's 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the difference between major and minor chords. Now when I said half step is just one note to the next. That's a half step. A whole step is skipping one note. So I skipped this note to get to here, which means I'm taking a whole step. From here to here is a whole step. From here to here is a half step because I didn't have to skip over a note. So from here, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. I think you guys got it. So you guys wanting to learn how to play the first song then? I can easily show you how to do this using primarily your right hand and it not moving a position. It can stay in the C position. And you know this song because it's a very famous classical piece called Ode to Joy. So put your hand position in C position, which means the left hand pinky will start on C and the right hand thumb will start on C and all the other fingers will follow. That is C position right here. Now let's start playing Ode to Joy. We're going to start with the right hand middle finger, which is the third, because it's from the thumb, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to start playing. Time for your left hand to shine by pressing that G. All right, let's finish it with the right hand. Now you guys can rewind that and go over it again, but that's a really cool piece to play right off the bat. That's super simple because you don't have to do too much moving of hand positioning. And not only that, the left hand thumb gets that special moment of pressing that G. So for your homework, I want you to learn all the keys. Remember that the 2 black keys and the 3 black keys will help you. If you know that C is the first below these 2 black keys and the F is below these 3 black keys, everything else can be done the same way. You could say, okay, B is the first one after the 3 black keys, or E is the first one after the 2 black keys, or D is in between these 2 black keys. That's how you figure out how the notes work on the piano. Also, learn the 5-finger scales for C, and same with F. Just remember that F has that B flat. Now with that being said, that's one thing I forgot to tell you about is flats and sharps. So let's run through that right before our lesson ends. Let's say that B flat, okay? So here's B. What makes it flat is it goes down a half step, B flat. Now there's 2 things that B can be. It can either be a B flat or a B sharp, which is technically a C. Now that can get confusing because not a lot of people call B sharp, or not a lot of people call C B sharp. Let's take something like G, for example. G flat would just go down half step. That's G flat. G sharp would go up a half step. Just remember that it's either a half step up or a half step down that makes it a flat or sharp. Sharp goes up, flats goes down. So that wraps up the first piano lesson that you guys would need to learn how to play piano. Hope it was easy to understand, and if you liked it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, comment down below, and until next time, guys, peace.